We did it, y'all. It's solved. World peace forever and ever. I think the most frustrating part of international travel and just like talking to other people from other countries is language barrier. So in this video, we are going to solve the language barrier, so much so that you do not need to even know the other person's language when you use Google Translate in a Google Sheet. You know what? We might not actually solve world peace in this video, but we're gonna try. One of the things about getting along with other people in other parts of the world is understanding language and understanding what they're saying. And we have a really cool tool inside of Sheets, Google Translate. But here's the thing. When we use Google Translate, we need three things. We need the text, the source language, which I don't know if you know this, Jog-Jigal-Lakan. I don't know what that is. And then we need a target language, and we're going to use EN in quotes, English. What if we don't know what this language is? There's another formula we can pair with this, which is detect language. This is really cool, because we don't need to know the two-letter code for another language. We don't need to know even what language it is. And if we hit enter, we can translate this to English. I like the Sheets. Now, you might be going to like Google Translate and you might be going to detect language and you'll find out what it is. This is Swedish, apparently. We have detect language, which is really, really cool. Now, once we have this detect language and we have this pairing here, we can copy and paste this down a sheet and we can have a bunch of, this last one is Greek, I think, and it says I love computational sheets. Let's dive in and see what this detect language does, and we can see maybe how it does it. So now what's really cool is it will tell us the language, but it's a two-letter code. So I put the two-letter codes here in codes. You can also get this sheet if you are a Better Sheets member. You can get it down below in bettersheets.co. And these two-letter codes will allow you to detect languages and change it to certain languages. So I've added these codes here. We can see what EL is. Let's see. There it is, Greek. I don't know why EL is Greek. We'll never know. It's not like we can research these things. But yeah, that detect language formula is detecting the language and turning it into a two-letter code. And then Google Translate is taking that two-letter code and saying, okay, we know what it is now. We're going to turn it into EN, which is English. If you are wanting to add to this, like EN, and you want to just write in English, what we could do here is, let's say we're going to put it into, how do we do this? We can do either index match or VLOOKUP. Right now we have language on the A column and code on the B column. We can leave it like this and do VLOOKUP. Let's look at that. VLOOKUP. Our search key is going to be the B column, I think, here. Yeah, there we go. VLOOKUP. We're going to use the B column, B1. We're going to look in codes, exclamation point, A to B. We're going to look at index 2. We want to get the code from the second column there. I always use false for is it sorted. We have an A. Let's see, did not find English in VLOOKUP. Let's see. English. It has English American. So we're just going to delete that American part. And now we found it. Now our VLOOKUP works. If we don't want to memorize these two-letter codes, we want to add them here. We can copy paste this down. We can also add to this column a drop down from a range, and we'll drop down codes, column A2 to A. And now we have a really cool drop down, and now we can translate to any language we want. Will it do it for everything? Yeah, it's going to work all the time. And now we can change it to Afrikaans if we want. Perfect. We can change it to Arabic if we want. This is how we can solve world peace in Google Sheets. We now can translate anything to anything, not even knowing what the original language is. We have an entire sheet of codes. We have a drop down that we can select any language we want to get it to. This is amazing, and I hope this was super useful for you and fun as well. I'm so glad you watched that video. I hope it was useful, and check out the newest video from Better Sheets here. Thank you for checking out the Better Sheets channel on YouTube. Consider subscribing to Better Sheets here on YouTube, or check out bettersheets.co for many more tutorials on how to do better in Google Sheets.